Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Let me adjust my lights here. There we go, that's much better. Okay, let's see about that. Okay, it almost looks like I'm a professional or something. Imagine that. Welcome back to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see y'all here this evening. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself or make some requests for your personal healing and well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And if you'd like to learn more about me, you can find that at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. And on my website, you can learn about my live online Reiki certification classes. You can sign up for a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or you can go ahead and shop my Reiki charged crystals. So again, that's learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So let's go ahead and take a look at that grid and start to build something for us. And then get into the Reiki. And for all of you that were here at 4 p.m., thank you for coming back. So let's go ahead over and take a peek. Ta-da! So here we have this beautiful mirror that is going to go ahead and reflect any negative energy out of our way. And we have a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going, and the spiral is sacred to healers. So let's see who all we have here. We've got Patty, we've got Still Not Still, Jenny, Flower, Renee, and JS stopped by. So JS, when you're reading this, I hope you're doing well. And yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, rough day for all of us. It's just been a day. Yeah, let's see if I can... No, that's too far back. There we go. I think that does better. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, cool. So let's see. For JS, financial abundance, confidence, and making your space your own. Oh, I love that. Are you just getting settled into a new space? Let's see. I know you were looking for a place for a while, so congratulations. Financial abundance. Let's do some citrine. Confidence. Let's get some yellow calcite in there. And making your space your own, that'll actually help with that too. I think that this will work. We'll do some Herkimer. So let's start with some citrine. This is lovely for manifesting financial abundance. It's also helpful for balancing logic with intuition. It's great for nausea and also fibromyalgia pain. Wonderful too for addictions, compulsions, and even making good financial decisions. So we will bring in this citrine first. And next we will bring in some yellow calcite. That'll definitely help with big time confidence and also just self-identity in a big way. So yellow calcite works with the solar plexus chakra. That's our center of self-identity. And this is also about putting our needs, wants, and desires in the proper priority, helping to release any need of approval for others. And it's also wonderful for releasing any blockages around your self-identity and going after what you want in life. It helps with optimism, tons of confidence, and it's wonderful too for boundaries, whether someone has trouble making boundaries or holding boundaries, and let's face it, neither are easy. Yellow calcite can be quite helpful. So let's do... We'll put these out here for now. And for making your home your own, I'm going to do some Herkimer to start. This helps with balancing and harmonizing any discordant energy. Wonderful for manifesting and boosting that manifestation. Helps with being in the present moment and also with relaxing. And it helps with metabolism and intuition too, because it helps to balance energy. It helps you to be in that present moment so you can start to feel like you're home and not like you're still on your way in or on your way somewhere. This may be really helpful, and it can also be helpful for the energy of a space. So good to see you. All the best to you as you unpack and set up. And thank you for stopping by. So let's see, we've got Jenny, same. Heartbreak, friend, biopsy for family, diabetes, infection, and bite. Grief and trauma, absolutely. So let's do grief. Let's do some jet. So we've got some jet. Let's do some dragon's blood also, and some bloodstone, as well as some rutilated quartz and septarian. No, not septarian, serpentine. Serpentine is thought helpful for diabetes, hypoglycemia, blood sugar in general. Also helpful for calcium and magnesium absorption and intake. Helps to support those with dementia and those who love and care about them. And it's wonderful for muscle weakness, rashes, and eczema. So we'll go ahead and bring some serpentine in there. There we go. It's always those first few stones you lay in the grid. You have to make sure they're right or the whole grid will be a mess. There we go. Rutilated quartz is thought to be a beautiful gift for anyone that is dealing with cancer. Rutils are thought to help direct the energy to where it's most helpful in the body. It also helps to focus the mind. This is a lovely stone to help boost physical energy, especially if you've been really run down or are just getting over being sick. So that is rutilated quartz. Next is bloodstone, and this is for emotional pain. It's a great emotional first aid stone, especially when it feels like almost like the rug's been pulled out from under you. It's like pain everywhere and you don't know what to do. Bloodstone, one of my favorite emotional first aid type stones. This is helpful for like emotional perseverance. It does help to relieve self-doubt. Wonderful for quieting the mind, especially during meditation, but just overall, it really lifts deep, heavy emotional despair and helps you feel like you can work through it without like being overwhelmed with grief and fear and sadness. So that is bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope in the UK and lots of other places around the world. Okay. Next, we'll bring in jet. Jet is excellent for grief. It is wood that's been fossilized, usually through volcanic activity, definitely through high heat. And as such, it helps us to come to terms with like that sudden change from being something alive to something not. And also that whole quick change energy that can be a sudden passing as well. Wonderful for doing any kind of hospice or end of life support. Also helpful for protection, particularly like evil eye stuff, as well as paranormal types of things. So very protective and helps us with grief. It helps us to go deep into the grief and really feel it and process it, to leave it behind without getting like stuck in an unhealthy level of wallowing, for lack of a better term. There's a certain amount of it that's certainly warranted and reasonable and part of the process. It's when to move on to that next level that can be so hard sometimes. jet is wonderfully helpful. That's one that I've given to several of my friends when they've gone through serious grief, so I hope it brings you some relief too. Next is, this often goes by dragon stone or dragon's blood. This is wonderful for grief and loss, and very much the same. It helps you to deeply process without getting lost in the process. Wonderful too for strength and courage to change, learning from our mistakes, and having patience with ourselves along the way. Helpful for the immune system as well as the nervous system, and overall it's an optimistic, happy stone that brings lots of wisdom our way. And I hope this brings you some relief. Lots and lots of love to you and everyone in your family. And, lots of love for your fur baby that's passed on. And flower, and see. Oh, wow. Chris is in. Good to see you, Chris. Cassandra, welcome back. Yeah, Renee, I'm on. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the app needs to be reloaded. There's definitely been some tinkering going on in the background on YouTube, because just me watching it, it was so weird and glitchy, I almost want to say. It is not just you, Renee. It is not just you. Okay, and for flower, feeling way too sensitive right now. Mobility and fear. Absolutely. So mobility, fear, and feeling too sensitive. So let's see. Let's bring in a couple things. So let's definitely start with polychrome jasper, my favorite stone for mobility. Very motivating. This is one that'll help you feel like you want to get up, get moving, get things going. It's something that helps you feel like you want to re-engage in things you may have laid down and sort of let lay fallow for a bit. Brings an end to indifference, helps to boost our confidence, and it's lovely for joint health and just mobility and movement. So also for encouraging us to get up and move around. So if you're struggling with that, polychrome jasper can be quite helpful. Let's do this one. Nope, we'll do this one. Next, we'll put in some ruby, which is really helpful for releasing fear and also gives you the courage to be yourself. Lends lots of leadership skills. It's very helpful for, I did see a request around fibromyalgia. And this is very helpful for fibromyalgia, as is citrine, which is already right here. So very helpful for fibromyalgia. Lovely for love, fertility, avoiding nightmares. Wonderful for financial stability and making decisions too. So that is ruby. I'm also going to bring in some shungite. This can help when you just feel like oversensitive and like almost raw. This can help like deep clear and release a lot of stress, emotional pain, and energy blocks. Wonderful too for recovering from an injury, surgery. Helpful for clearing the energy field in a really deep way. And it's also great for folks who are sensitive to electromagnetic fields to kind of keep that at bay. Shungite might even be in your water filtration systems in your home. And yeah, shungite, a great kind of like deep, clear reset kind of stone. And I'm also going to bring in some smoky quartz. This can help with chronic pain as well as hope during uncertainty, keeping your hope alive. It also brings a lot of flexibility to body as well as mind, so it'll help that request for you. This is a stone too that helps with lots of protection, which might help you feel a little bit less like raw in a sense. Wonderful too for calming worry, relieving energy blocks, and it's even been used since medieval times to protect property against theft. So I hope that this helps. And I wish you the best. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to you and your family, and certainly Little Tree. Still Not Still requesting something for help with prioritizing and executive functions. Absolutely. So let's do my three favorite for this. One is definitely going to be chalcopyrite or peacock ore, goes by both names. This stone is very helpful for executive function and like big scale planning and putting all the things together. Also, if you keep losing things like that are signs of executive function issues. This can be really helpful with it. Also, wonderful for rebirth and like whether you're literally giving birth, this is also a helpful stone. But if you are simply like reinventing yourself, this can be a really, really helpful stone. So that's peacock ore or chalcopyrite. I'll put that here and I'll place it into the grid when it's a little more settled. Next is garnet. This helps with organization and like being practical. So it'll help you do things in an organized way with less time, a lot of efficiency. It also helps to bring a lot of balance in times of change. So that is garnet. This is one that is very much a Capricorn type stone. It's January's birthstone. And so it's lovely for like big boss type stuff. And tiger eye. This can be really helpful for things like that too. Especially things like scheduling or thinking big picture. This is a big picture stone, and I often use it when folks are looking to, say, start a business or if they're struggling with aspects of their business. This is very much considered an entrepreneur stone, but it also helps with lots of research and processing lots of information and making the most of it. Helpful too for protection against envy and jealousy in particular, but energetic protection in all ways. It's really supportive for that. Helpful too for just inner strength and balance, and also giving you quite a bit of courage. So that is tiger eye, and I hope that that helps. I struggle with executive function too. Today was a little bit better, but still not perfect, and that's okay. So there we go. So all the best to you, Still Not Still. Oh, Patty, I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, gotcha. For Patty, having just read, or Key, having just read what you wrote about not anxious or depressed, just sort of like, yeah, this might be helpful. This is amber. Amber helps depression, seasonal affective disorder. It helps to soften rigid thinking and beliefs. It can help to open the mind. Great for creativity, attracting lasting love. It helps to release emotional blocks, negativity, and it brings a lot of luck and protection. It also helps with any kind of mental health aspects. It's thought to be very healing for that. So I feel like this can kind of hit a lot of notes in there that can be supportive. So I'm going to bring in some amber. Okay. Hope that that brings some support. T. Shellbell, welcome back. Tabs, good to see you. Awesome. Goddess of Four, lovely to see you, and you're welcome, Flower. And Goddess of Four is also requesting organizing and decluttering. Definitely garnet helpful. Awesome. So I'm just going to keep on going down the line. I'm going to grab some of Patty's requests. So Sodalite, Sujolite, Red Tiger Eye. Sunstone. Okay, and then I'll work the rest in later. So let's start with a little Sujolite. Wonderful for collective awareness and unity consciousness. The awareness that we are all interconnected, and what we put out into the universe, we put into ourselves, and that we are more than just our physical vessel. So that is Sujolite. Sunstone is very helpful for kind of expanding our goals, expanding our dreams, expanding how we even view ourselves. It gives us a big boost of recognition and of luck. Very helpful for opening new doors in career and employment, helpful for dealing with phobias, and very protective against anyone who would exploit you around money. Wonderful too if you are promoting yourself in any way, like through your business, and in general, just lots of opportunities for career and just expanding what your possibilities are. So if you're worried about negative thinking and like kind of limiting your options, Sunstone can really help. Zoisite is lovely for seasonal affective disorder as well as releasing negativity in general. It helps to work through apathy and sluggishness, and it can really encourage you to face your obstacles and your to-do lists and start chipping away at the long list, especially when it feels like, oh my God, that list is so long, I feel paralyzed in its presence and now I'm going to procrastinate. This is a stone that can help you to maybe not do that as much. I work with it a lot for those reasons. So let's go ahead and bring in Zoisite right here. There we go. Next, we have Fuchsite, which is wonderful for helping us just give in and have fun. Just fun for the sake of fun. It's so renewing and restorative to do that. It really helps reinvigorate the spirit. This can also help with connection with your inner child, and it supports spinal alignment as well as sleep disorders. And it's also thought helpful for carpal tunnel. So we will bring in Fuchsite. Next is Red Tiger Eye, which is highly protective, whether it's something more spiritual, like a malevolent spiritual work, psychic attack, that kind of thing, or the way it's showing up in everyday reality, like gaslighting, triangulation, sexism, all of that kind of stuff, all of the real world bullying. This can help. It's also a very potent stone of manifesting financial abundance in a hurry. So there we go. That is Red Tiger Eye. And Sodalite helps with expression, whether it's written, spoken, performed, whatever the case may be. Sodalite helps. It's also lovely for helping to come to terms with aspects of aging. It helps with menopause. It's lovely for grounding impulses and very helpful for cases of homesickness. So let's go ahead and bring in some Sodalite. If you're somebody who struggles with Mercury retrogrades, and I mean, everybody does to a point, but sodalite can be a really lovely stone for dealing with Mercury retrograde. Really helps to soften that difficulty in expressing yourself that can come with that. Prehnite is lovely for holding a space of spiritual teaching and learning, and it can also help to quiet the mind during meditation. If you struggle to say no to, like, sort of, let's say, unfair demands, this will help you kind of stand up and say no as well. Also wonderful for any kind of really intentional intuition, like lucid dreaming and doing things around prophecy and such like that. So it is a very potent stone of intuition as well. So that is prehnite. And let's also bring in epidote. This helps with recovery from illness and injury, and it really helps if you're trying to work through the inner monologue, the way you speak to yourself. If you're trying to be a little nicer to yourself, epidote can really, really help with that. It also helps with connection to the fairy realm, as well as the nervous system and the skin, and it's also thought helpful in cases of Parkinson's. So that is epidote. I also just love the green and the pink together. There we go. And I will definitely come back for more of these as well, of your requests as well. So thank you for being here. Okay, cool. Awesome, Tabs. I hope you're having a good time at work, at least as good a time as you can. Circulation, you got it, Shell Bell. So let's see. Let's bring in aquamarine, because that was requested by Patty as well. This is lovely for circulation, getting the fluids moving through the body. Also wonderful for forgiveness, as well as deflecting really immature, low vibe behaviors, things like pettiness and spite, and we call it the anti-Karen stone because it's exactly that. Also helps with bringing justice into the mix. It very much holds a space of may justice prevail. So that is aquamarine. But yeah, great for circulation. Looking for support with patience, motivation, and inner peace. Gotcha. So patience. Dumortierite. One of the stones of inner peace that we often rely on is blue apatite. This very much helps inner harmony and peace. It also helps us by strengthening our energy field, so we're a little less likely to take on the energy of others. Wonderful for having a better relationship with food and the role it plays in your life, or any kind of diet shift, including things around weight loss if that's what's motivating it or not. Either way. Lovely too for learning about our soul's purpose and having the courage to act upon it. So that is blue apatite. Patience is in dumortierite. In addition to patience, this helps with releasing anger, resentment, frustration, and it's really helpful for standing up for yourself and improving situations that seem beyond hope. It's also wonderful for tidiness and breaking out of a disorganization kind of cycle. So this may help Goddess of Four. Wonderful too for Uranus transits and healing ligaments and tendons. So let's go ahead and place one here. There we go. So dumortierite and zoisite right there. And motivation. Let's see. We've got some good motivation stones. polychrome is really, really motivating. But we've got other ones too. Let's bring in some bumblebee jasper to help with motivation. This also brings us a lot of physical energy and a lot of mental focus, and kind of gives us that like, let's sink our teeth in and get to work and get it done kind of vibe. So wonderful too for empowering manifestation and balancing yin and yang in the body. It does have high concentrations of sulfur and arsenic, so do be careful with it. But it is very, very motivating. So all the best to you, Tabs. It's good to see you, and enjoy your time at work as much as you can. Cassandra, stomach bug, still hanging on to a little bit of digestive issues. Migraines, legal decisions, divorce, health stuff, relationships. Oh my goodness. Back pain, abundance of money. Cool. We can help with all the things that we can. So let's bring in for back pain. We'll bring in Amazonite, which was also requested by Patty. This is also a stone of self-respect and self-care. It helps to encourage the care of the self, even in folks who tend to think of themselves last. It's great for back pain. It's wonderful for the spine and spinal nerves. It helps with bringing in a sense of peace and calm, and also really helpful with luck in general. So that is Amazonite. Also going to bring in let's bring in some sapphire, legal decisions, divorce, and stuff like that. This is sapphire. This helps with speedy justice, as well as channeling, mediumship, and being open to messages from the divine. Helps with the thyroid, eyes, ears. It helps individuals with dementia, as well as those who care for and about them. And it's lovely for envisioning a positive outcome when things are everything but positive. So I think that this hits a few notes for you. This is, once again, sapphire. Okay, so there we go. So sapphire. Stomach bug, let's bring in Dalmatian jasper, really good for all kinds of digestive issues and digestive disorders as well. And helpful too for just deep clearing the energy field. So this has black tourmaline running through it, and black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. In this way, it can help to deep clear our energy field, and also kind of clear things that are troubling our stomach, if that makes sense. But yeah, it also helps to clear energy of the past to leave room for a new opportunity. So for example, this is a stone that quite often I'll recommend when there's a case of, sorry about that, when there's a case of like really any case, sorry, let me just readjust this. There we go. Anytime that you're trying to leave a painful or dysfunctional pattern in the past and not bring the expectation that that will happen again into the future, it can help with relieving cynicism and jadedness. So that is Dalmatian jasper. An abundance of money, absolutely. Let's bring in pyrite. This helps with fever, the lungs, and with intuition, opening up to our intuition while also protecting us from those things we don't need to hear from. Helps too with memory and information recall, and it is lovely for manifesting abundance. This is pyrite, which is essentially fool's gold. And fool's gold helps to attract the real stuff. Ooh, so we'll go ahead and bring this in. There we go. Yep, and we're missing one. There we go, pyrite. So So I hope that that helps, hun, especially with the legal decisions and stuff. Oh, making decisions. Mookaite. Mookaite helps with making decisions, accepting change, and with calming digestion. So that's going to be helpful here. Wonderful too with connection to the earth, as well as motivation and a sense of adventure. Helpful too for connecting with nature and also the thyroid and circulation. So this hits a few notes for a few of us. But yeah, accepting change and making decisions. I love this stone for that. This stone also goes by Australia jasper. So Mookaite, aka Australia jasper. So all the best to you. Hope everything works out well. And keep us posted. T, you've got, let me check back in. Let me check the bottom here. Joanna. Yay, Renee's happy for Bumblebee Jasper. Shellbell loves the sapphire. You're so welcome, Tabs. Oh, Shellbell, I'm so glad you found our channel too. I'm so glad that you're finding peace here. Thank you. Oh, absolutely, Chris. For stress and stress tummy, definitely shungite and the Dalmatian jasper, and also another one that helps like nausea and stuff is citrine. But let's also bring in peridot. Peridot helps with breaking bad habits and with bolstering friendships. It's a good fidelity stone. Helps too with releasing anger, jealousy, and feelings of guilt. But it's wonderful for kind of like digestion and all of that too. So that is peridot. And yeah, definitely shungite helps with relieving stress. And I'm going to bring in some of the zebra jasper that you gifted us. Zebra jasper helps with stress overwhelm. Helps for standing up for yourself. It helps with breaks through apathy, and it's very empowering. It's wonderful too for muscle spasms and taking initiative. So I'm going to bring this in for you. I hope that this brings you some relief and some support. Let's actually bring in a couple more. Feel better, honey. T. Neuhaus, so happy to see you. Abundance, letting go of fear, manifesting goals, and creativity. Absolutely. Stonewise amber, which is in there. Tourmalinated quartz. Garnet is in there. Polychrome is in there. And Dalmatian jasper is in there. Well, that's lucky. Tourmalinated quartz is lovely for breaking up old stuck energy, especially really not great energy. A lot of emotional pain, a lot of emotional trauma even that maybe is still around. This helps to break it up so that it's easier to kind of like take bite-sized pieces at a time to process it. Wonderful too for anything that has like scar tissue in the body, on the body, or in the emotions, and helps with blockages within the body. Wonderful too for finding new jobs, new revenue streams, and new ways of earning income. Wonderful for fortune and luck, and very protective of travelers, particularly if you are traveling by car. So that is tourmalinated quartz, and that has black tourmaline running through it. Awesome. And I'll probably grab a few more for you out of some other ones, but I'll keep you in mind. But yeah, it looks like all the rest of your stones are here. The synchronicity is wild, everyone. Awesome. Okay, cool. So for Cassandra, getting a new job that pays well. We definitely got the new job stone. That's tourmalinated quartz is in there. Cancer is rutilated quartz. Fibromyalgia is ruby and citrine. Calming the mind and sleeping well. We'll bring in some labradorite, and your son wants to see auras. So let's see something that helps clairvoyance. Well, this does that too. Labradorite definitely helps with better sleep, and it absolutely helps with clairvoyance, and that's our spiritual sight. And there's going to be several more stones that'll help that too. This helps with also workplace harmony, customer disputes if it's in like a customer service type business. But it definitely helps to just discourage all disputes. Wonderful for detailed attention, finding errors and patterns in a lot of data, and definitely enjoying travel, but wonderful for clairvoyance. So let's go ahead and put this right here. I'm also going to bring in Super 7 because I feel like that's a good choice for helping boost intuition. There we go. Super 7 is like a powerhouse of intuitive ability and connection. And it also helps with working towards larger goals, plans, and dreams. Wonderful for strengthening your energy field, for inner peace and harmony, for unity consciousness, and past life and karmic healing, as well as connection to the earth and healing the earth and ecology. So that is Super 7. And this is, again, a stone gifted to us by Chris. Thank you, Chris. Awesome. Thank you, Cassandra. Lots of love to you and your family, and all the best to your son as he is working to see auras. Oh, the cute kittens are relaxing right now. I turned on the warming blanket on the chair, and so they're currently cuddled up on a nice warm blanket. They'll come in here later. Connect with ancestral support for Paul. Good to see you, Paul. Let's bring in some Kambaba stone and some rhodochrosite. Kambaba stone is the crystal of the month. That's a new program, so every month a crystal will be on sale and be the crystal of the month. And this month it is Kambaba stone. And this one is excellent for connecting with ancestors and the lands that they inhabited. And it's also helpful for just connecting with the earth in general to help healing of the earth and the ecology. Helpful too for plants and crops and for courage and confidence. This one helps with quieting the mind during meditation and for learning, especially learning foreign languages. Helpful too for mental focus and finding errors and also finding patterns and repeating recurring kinds of things. That can be really helpful when you start to go, hey, now I can see that when this happens, this is also happening, and may just lend a lot of insight. So that is Kambaba stone. Rhodochrosite helps with the lungs as well as, so very much an asthma stone, and also really helpful for stress headache. And it's wonderful for telepathy, journeying, connecting to our ancestors, and even connecting to our deceased animal companions. Wonderful too for healing the maternal bond, any issues around that, and also helpful for allowing newborns and moms to bond. So that is rhodochrosite. So they both help ancestor connection and support. And so lots of love to you. It's good to see you, Paul. Oh, Renee, it definitely isn't you. The YouTubes are acting weird. I had that problem earlier when I was watching on my own. Okay, cool. For connection to Archangel Raphael and Ascended Masters, yeah, Archangel Raphael stone, let's do malachite. Wonderful for connecting to Archangel Raphael as well as healing arthritis, inflammation. It's wonderful for pain and inflammation. Helpful too for insomnia, certain types of seizures, as well as processing really difficult emotions in the heart center without getting stuck there, so that this way you can leave pain in the past and embrace the future a little less weighed down by all those really painful things. Helps too with anxiety, depression, and phobias, especially fear of flying. So that is malachite. Where shall we place you? Let's put one here and one here. Awesome. So that's malachite. Cool. Awesome. Let me grab a few of Chris's too. So let's see. Emerald, leopard skin. Emerald, leopard skin. Oh, you requested malachite. Perfect. Green aventurine. Rose quartz, carnelian. So let's start with carnelian. This helps with creativity as well as sexuality, sexual function, fertility, manifesting a loving relationship, and general relationships, all relationships in your life, and even largely how you relate to the world around you. Wonderful too for healing wounds and dealing with colds as well as allergies. So that is carnelian. Let's just work this in. There we go. Rose quartz is everything that is connected to the heart center. This helps if you feel just emotionally depleted or just need some tender loving care. If you're working towards opening up to higher caliber and more loving and harmonious relationships, especially loving relationships, this can really help. It helps us to see ourselves as loving and lovable and help expand what we see as what we deserve in a relationship. So that's rose quartz. Selenite helps to reflect nothing but pure white light. And in so doing, it helps us to connect with our angels, our spirit guides. It helps to deep clean our energy fields, the energy of the room that we're in, and just create a space that is more harmonious to everyone there. So that is selenite, and it's so important. I keep a giant piece right at the bottom of the grid every time I lead community distance Reiki. Green aventurine helps us to expand our vision of who we are and what we're capable of. It helps too with heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems, fertility. This is definitely a stone that I love giving to folks who struggle with, I can't do that, especially folks who are tech phobic. This is one that helps to see like, okay, maybe I can do it. It's very encouraging. It's not one that like pushes you out there. It's one that makes you feel like, well, maybe I can do it. Let's see. So that is aventurine. Emerald helps with skin and tissue and reinvigorating the passions in life. It's great too for bronchitis, upper respiratory, everything, the whole cardiopulmonary system, and restoring confidence about our appearance, particularly things that we're really sensitive about, things that maybe we were picked on once upon a time, or just things that we really have a strong feeling about. So yeah, this can be so helpful. So that is raw emerald. And leopard skin jasper is a lovely stone for helping to support the healing and well-being of our animal companions. It's a stone that also helps anything that's impacting the skin, as well as coordination and balance. Also really helpful for attracting a soulmate type relationship. So that is leopard skin jasper. There we go. And let me just get Oh, we've got a lot of yours in there. I'll get some more. We got rhodonite, no. Apache tears, labradorites in there. Super 7's in there. And moonstone and iolite. Okay, and I will work these in as we keep going through. Oh, you got a new kitten. She's only 6 weeks old and she weighs like 1 pound, 8 ounce. You want to send me a picture? Oh yeah. My email is Danielle@learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can, if you try to email me through my website, you won't be able to send an attachment. So Danielle@learnreikiphiladelphia, and Danielle is Danielle. I would love to see cat pictures. Who doesn't? I don't know if I want to hang out with people that don't want to look at kitten pictures. Aw. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Let's bring in... Let's bring in a couple more of Patty and Keys, and I'll keep going. So let's bring in some moonstone. This helps with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature, including the lunar pattern. So if you do any full moon or new moon kind of ceremony or spiritual workings, definitely get some moonstone if you don't have it already. Helps with connection with and acceptance of divine timing, especially when it's not in alignment with our preferred timing. Lovely for attracting love, protection of women, connection to the divine feminine, intuition, wisdom, knowledge, and also with releasing patterns that just do not serve. So let's go ahead and actually put that under Dalmatian jasper. We also have rhodonite, which is helpful for the lungs, anything autoimmune, and also asthma, all of which are definitely things for me. Helps with allergies too. Wonderful too for healing the emotional pain that remains from past emotional abuse. Helps to support you through insecurities, and it's wonderful for healing the pain of a broken heart. This is one that can help you to heal that pain so that you can open your heart to love again once you feel ready. But this is oftentimes considered a big divorce, breakup kind of stone. And again, that's rhodonite. Okay. Iolite helps with intentions around weight loss, but it's also really helpful for clairvoyance or spiritual sight. So this will actually be helpful too for things like seeing auras. Wonderful too for money management and dealing with fever. And in general, certain types of sleep disturbances, like if it's that you're just too energetically ungrounded to sleep, that can help. And with black obsidian, which also goes by Apache tear, this can be really, really helpful when it comes to trauma and deep emotional pain, especially like shock kind of things. Whether that pain is very visceral and just happened or it feels like it did, it helps either way. And we have a furry visitor. Oh. Hanging on. Sorry for the loudness. Oh. You got some purrs? Yeah, you got the purrs. Oh, the baby. You're such a lump. You're like, I'll do whatever. Just give me cuddles. Oh, double. Oh, yes, you get my lap to yourself. Yeah, you were so sad earlier when Gertie was on my lap and then there was no room for you. Well, now you have my lap. You got it. Oh, good Hattie. Good little Hattie. Awesome. So yeah, as I was saying, this is good for trauma, processing really difficult, like whether it happened very recently or it feels like it does, like a reactivation. Very helpful. Also helpful for grief, nervous pets. It's very, very protective. And it's wonderful too for protecting us from gossip and spite and that kind of maligned, nasty workings of other people. Helpful too for releasing blocked grief so we can access that and sort of move through it. And also helpful for kind of coming to terms with all of the different things you need to come to terms with around domestic violence. I'm also a domestic violence survivor, and this is a really helpful stone. There's so many layers. It is not a straightforward. It's not a straightforward problem. It's a very complicated problem, which is why it's so hard to deal with. And this is one that can very much support the individuals working through it. So I hope that helps. And next was Cassandra. Motivation for your son, sense of urgency, and good luck with getting a job. Gotcha. Let's bring in, well, we did we do Sunstone already? We did Sunstone. That will help. Also, what will help? Did we add Sunstone? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Also, for motivation, Polychrome Jasper. Oh, you are just begging for lovin's, aren't you? Yes, you are. Let's bring in some lapis. This one's also one that brings in career opportunities. So lapis helps with not only those career opportunities, but it's wonderful for pain and inflammation, as well as communicating with truth and honesty, as well as integrity, follow through on our commitments and things. Helpful for disorganization, taking personal responsibility, and for vertigo and hearing loss. So that is lapis. She's purring again. She's a little purr machine. Here, let's do. This is the little purr machine. Okay. And another one for motivation. Let's see. Let's bring in some desert rose selenite. I think there's a lot of ways that this can help. So desert rose selenite helps with the consistent showing up towards our larger goals and our bigger dreams. It's helpful too for redefining ourselves, for perseverance, especially in school or training, and it's great for relieving upset stomach, acne, eczema, helps fighting viruses, great for men's health as well as animal wellness, and it can also help with moving and real estate and all the paperwork that goes along with a roof over your head and real estate. So this is one that might help with like kind of showing up in life in that way. Trying to think of one more motivation stone. Let's see. I'm going to look at Patty's requests and see. Yeah, not those. Let me see. There's one more I'd love to use for him. Hattie is currently licking the Reiki out of my hands. Oh, yes, you are. I feel like this is the one. Chrysocolla. So, in addition to the other motivation stones that we have, which is pretty much all of them, Chrysocolla can really help with encouraging you to follow your soul's purpose. It gives you lots of new ability to like connect with creativity and even find new ways of expressing yourself through creativity. And it's really helpful with making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good and best purpose. So that is Chrysocolla. I hope that that brings him some help too. So Chrysocolla. Awesome. And I hope that helps, hon. Joyce, welcome in. Penny Kitty Cat says hello. Oh, I'm so happy. The more cats, the better. Yeah, Desert Rose Selenite is just lovely. I agree. Thank you, Shellbell. Bone infection. Okay. Ooh, I'm so sorry. So we have one for bone disorders and things, and that is in there, and that is zebra jasper. Additional help for the bones would be in the form of howlite. Howlite helps bone health, bone integrity, and even healing fractures. It's also really helpful for the joints, whether it's like a chronic, long-term kind of pain or dysfunction, or even something acute like a dislocation. Helpful for anger, frustration, and resentment, and helping to release those feelings. But yeah, this can be lovely for the bones in general. Let's see, so that is white howlite. Okay, and another one that can help with infection is moss agate. So not only does it help with infection, this was actually highly regarded in Chinese medicine for things like infections, viruses, all of the above, anything that's spreading through the body quickly, or as they would say in their diagnostic language, has wind. This is wonderful too for connection with nature, releasing fears of the unknown, for that spiritual connection, like helping to connect to spirit and feeling that connection, and also connecting to unconditional love, and very helpful for healing the inner child as well as the higher self. So that is moss agate. So I hope you feel better. All the best to you, Joyce. Renee, you're so happy you get a double dose of Reiki on Friday, and getting to see and hear Gertie and Hattie as a bonus. Oh, thank you. They definitely love being here. I was teaching last night, and it was like right after 2 nights ago. Yeah, Wednesday. Well, I was teaching last night too. Sorry. I was teaching, and it looks just like this to the cats, except that there's no crystals. I was teaching Reiki, and Gertie jumped right up on the desk and put her face right in the camera. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so they love you too. And Hattie loves to come up here and purr in the microphone. She'll let me hold her up and into the microphone. She doesn't let me hold her up like that anywhere else. So just putting that out there. Joanna, do I have on the website where I have a bag of like 10 or 20 different crystal mixture, or one small one of each crystal that you think would be good to have? Oh, that's a great idea. You know, I don't have that now, but give me a minute, because that's a lovely idea. I do have some like grid kits, but they only have like 5 stones each. And I also have so there are a couple of different stones there are a couple of different stones, and they're by intention. And there's also, you can look at the individual stones. Sometimes there's a buying option for a bag of a bunch of small ones for making your own grids. I'm adding a bunch more of those too. Pyrite has some of those. So yeah. But I will definitely put like kind of a beginner's kits and things like that together. That's lovely. Thank you for that idea, Joanna. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. And anything for keeping the positive flow going. Absolutely. Go with the flow one is definitely like zebra jasper. Let's get a good positive go with the flow. Let's get some fluorite in here. I think that that'll be helpful for it. Fluorite is lovely for relaxation And it's also helpful for being like if things are just sort of swirling and chaotic around you, this helps you to be kind of the eye of the hurricane and not be within the reality, but not like at opposition with it. So that is fluorite. This can definitely help with going with the flow. Yeah, how you doing? There you go. Oh, good girl. I hope that helps. Okay. And Goddess of 4, more energy, fast money. We have red tiger eye in there. Weight loss, we have both weight loss stones, and joint pain, we have that taken care of in there with howlite. More energy. Do we have another for more energy? We've got all of our energizing stones actually in there too. So I think we're good. Let me know if there's anything else. Oh, and organizing and decluttering. We have lapis and garnet in there. They're superb for that. So let's get to the rest of Patty's request. Septarian. Yeah, anyone, if I overlooked your request, go ahead and enter it into the chat now. Let's see. Yeah, for energizing, we have rutilated quartz, bumblebee jasper, polychrome. So let's see. Azurite. Tree agate. I think we have the rest. So Septarian helps muscle pain and spasms, but it also helps emotional growth. It helps us to do what's called shadow healing. That's to go to the parts of ourselves that we don't often see or even like to really admit are there. It's the more wounded parts of ourself that are kind of acting out that we might not even be aware of. It helps to support vulnerability as you work through that change. And it also helps to understand the underlying behavior and habits and beliefs that might be at the root cause. So wonderful for emotional maturity as well as just emotional growth. Also helpful for defining your sense of self if that's proving problematic. It's very supportive of the solar plexus. Azurite helps with creativity as well as insight and intuition. It's great for connecting to your spirit guides and gleaning wisdom from those spiritual workings. Helpful too for dissolving obstacles in our way and removing energy blockages. It helps to calm and quiet the mind during meditation, energy work, and the like. And helpful too for spinal alignment, muscle spasms, and uncontrollable movements like tics. So that is Azurite. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda. That's the sister science to yoga. And this is a stone that can help with inner peace. It's another stone that can help with noticing the things that we can start to work on and heal that we might be blind to. Helps with balancing anything in the body that is out of balance, bringing it back into balance, body, mind, and spirit. Wonderful for physical and emotional nerves, as well as dissolving ego and making good new connections. So that is tree agate. And I think I got all the rest of Patty's. Oh, maybe not. Pyrite, we got manifestation quartz. Smoky is in there. Chevron. Bloodstone, green onyx. Good call for green onyx. And manifestation quartz. So chevron amethyst helps with anything that is degenerative in the body. And it also helps with tolerance of others. It's a stone that can also help with our intuitive sight, our clairvoyance, and connecting with spirit, as well as connecting up to spirit to share what it is we'd like to manifest, and then hearing those responses returned. Also has a lot of the other healing qualities that we see in amethyst. So it can be helpful for things like connecting to spirituality, and making changes and being kind to ourselves while we're doing any kind of self-healing, self-improvement type work. There we go. Green onyx helps with processing sadness, loneliness, and grief. Even when you get to the point of emotional shutdown, this is a really helpful stone. I love this and bloodstone together for just emotional overwhelm. Helpful for moving forward and even making decisions when you're really not in the best place to do it. But it's very soothing. Green onyx is very, very soothing when you need it most. So I'm just going to put that in here. Green onyx usually is not this dark, rich, and true a green. That could be a little harder to find. You find it more in jewelry than in like the samples you would get to purchase somewhere. It can be as much as like a barely green, just off of beige, kind of like pistachio color too. And manifestation quartz is superb for exactly what it sounds like. This helps to take your manifestations and bring them out into the universe and help bring those things back that would be so helpful for your purpose. Definitely look at this as almost like the birthday candle on the cake that is the crystal grid. So everyone can go ahead and put their intentions in here and ask that, that come up and support your greater good. So that is manifestation quartz. Awesome. Hey, Catherine. Oh, Shell Bell, you can tell by the look on my face that I truly love what I do, and you love that. Yeah, I do. This is, if I got to tell 7-year-old Danielle that this is what she got to do, she would be so stoked. It's like, I like helping people, but I also would like to be home. It's like, oh, wow, I get to do both of those. I love stones. Yeah, some of the stones that I had in childhood are in this grid and all around me right now. So, oh, yeah, Boopa. You trying to run away? No. No running away. Okay. Now you can run away if you want to. There you go. And for circulation again. We've got one for circulation. I'm going to put in another. Another one for circulation is Unakite. This is also helpful for fertility and every aspect of a woman's life and well-being. Hang on one sec. And, oh, Shell Bell, thank you so much. Oh, you didn't have to do that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, hey, Jen. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. We just put your manifestation quartz in. Unakite can help with circulation in addition to fertility and all the aspects of a woman's life, especially like hormonal shifts, whether it's menopause, perimenopause, or fertility, labor, delivery, or just good relationships. This is lovely for women. Also really helpful for addictions, especially quitting smoking and metabolism in general too. So that is Unakite. So we will squeeze this in. Yeah, let's squeeze this in right here. There. There. Our grids are kind of like Jell-O. There's always room for more. And I know that that ages me, and that's fine. Pyrite, citrine, and anything for migraines. Yeah, there's pyrite and citrine are definitely in there. And pink tourmaline is great for migraines and headaches. Also great for all kinds of gynecologic health, every aspect of gynecologic health. And for mother-baby bonding, spinal injuries, to break down a negative self-image so that you can start to... If you're having trouble seeing me, it's not my fault. It's YouTube's side. They're even admitting it. So I'm going to go ahead, put these in for migraine. Yeah, bad YouTube indeed. I usually do where I kind of, oh, it's okay. You don't have to be late you don't have to apologize for being late. There's no such thing as you being late. I'm the only person that can be late. Oh, you can see and hear me fine? Okay. Let me try this. Anyone else that can't see or hear me fine, either way, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is, how it works, how to make the most of this healing. And then we're going to slide into the Reiki side of things. And this way, even if things aren't as great as we would like, or if things are a little choppy, it won't matter because we'll just be into the Reiki. I can't blame you for not being able to resist tacos. I would worry about you if you resisted tacos. Tacos are wonderful. Okay, just fine now? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, it's very strange. Okay, I'm going to explain Reiki while I do that. If you could help me boost the energy of where you're at, go right ahead and think about all the things you're grateful for, plug them on into the chat, hit that like button while you're there, and then we'll get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. And if you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you would like to learn more about one-on-one distance sessions, tarot readings, or even shopping my Reiki Charged Crystal collection, check out learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's listed in the description, and you can see that below. You can also see all the links to my social media and my newsletter there. So Reiki it's become more of a catch-all term for energy healing in the West, but I'm specifically trained in Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki is a form or a method of working with this energy that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, during a time when teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as part of a religion had really significant consequences. And so this is deeply spiritual, yet completely secular as a practice. And I think that's why the West, we love it so much. The concept of energy at the heart of Reiki is one that comes to us from Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is interconnected and inextricably linked. And in that, this energy is provided by spirit and basically is flowing through us whether or not we're aware of it. And it helps support our healing and resilience on body, mind, and spirit levels. This is the same energy that's flowing through us, allowing us to be resilient and move forward through all the things that we go through. And essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and direct more of them to you wherever you are and whenever you're watching the stream. During this session, you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions may rise up or get released. You may have an opportunity to kind of clear your mind or even just think some things through to help you reach some conclusions that have been eluding you. You may also have some big epiphanies, spiritual moments, intuitions, clarity. You might have a really amazing healing nap, and that's amazing. So it may look like, it's probably going to look like your perfect blend of all of those things as relates to you in this moment. So how do you receive it? Well, the good news is you just need to be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So you're doing everything you need to do. I just usually recommend that you find a nice comfy place to sit or lay down, eyes open or closed. It's completely up to you, and just relax and enjoy. If you would like to include this in your journaling, or if you want to stretch, move, bend, do some yoga, grab your musical instrument, grab your tarot cards, whatever you'd like to do, there's no wrong way to enjoy this time. And happy to have you here. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to focus on anything or keep your mind empty or clear. It's totally fine to just show up exactly as you are. Reiki will not judge. So if you at any point do want to get a little deeper into the session, if you feel like you got distracted, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll kind of go a little deeper into the session. During the session, which is 25 minutes long, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn the music up. Thank you to those of you who are able to support the channel. That helps me to be able to purchase music for us to stream that is created by an actual musician. So yay, more about her at the bottom of the description below. At the end of the 25-minute session, you will hear my voice inviting you to take a few deep breaths, come on in, and at that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you in chat should you have any questions or anything that you'd like to share. And then from there, we'll go on and have a beautiful evening. Know that Reiki isn't limited by my human limitations. I can be in one place at one time, and Reiki can be everywhere all the time. So whenever you're watching this video, the energy is there for you to enjoy. For those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need some healing energy and I'm not live, check out the past healing live stream playlist. Pick any video at random and enjoy. The energy will be there for you. And know that I am here live 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. So this can be a part of your sort of healing routine or your self-care practices for the week. And thank you so much for being here. It always is truly an honor and a privilege to be able to share this energy with all of you. And thank you. So let's go ahead back, take a quick peek at that grid, and get into the healing. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. So pretty, everyone. Oh, yay! Grateful for home and health and new fascination with crystals. Happy to find you. Oh, awesome! Another Philly girl. I love it. Oh, thank you, Shellbell. Oh, all of the love. All the love in this chat is just lovely. Oh, grateful for living in the forest and mountains. Flower, absolutely. Samantha, lots of love to you. Grateful for this tech that allows us to connect even when glitchy. And the neighboring building currently has an alarm going off. So I'm going to hurry up and mute my microphone in case it spreads to this building. I will send Reiki to all of you. Sit back and enjoy. I will see you all in about 25 minutes, and inexplicably, the stream is healthy now. So enjoy. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can come back to the space that you're in and even hop back in the chat and ask any questions you might have, or even share your experience if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It means so much. And my next stream is Sunday night at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. Oh, welcome in, Jean. There's no such thing as being late. The only person who can be late here is me. You don't have to be on time. And Renee, good question. Double terminated stones, do they pack more of a punch energy-wise? It depends on what you're doing with them. So double terminated crystals, for those who aren't aware, are ones with 2 points. Now they can be naturally double terminated, like here, that's a little wonky. Let's do, there we go. They can be naturally double terminated like these are, and like most Herkimer diamonds are, where they naturally form 2 points in the earth, or they can be carved into 2 points like this. This makes them good for directing energy in 2 directions, which can help balance the energy of things or move energy through something. If you take a double terminated stone and you put it like vertically anywhere along the center line of your body, that'll help to balance, harmonize, and clear the energy fields or chakras there. You're welcome, Catherine. It was good to see you, and I hope you have a great weekend too. I get to teach Reiki 1, and I'm so excited. But yeah, so that's how they work. Single terminated or single point directs energy in one direction. So certain ones are seen as like helpful to send a message up to your spirit guides and helpers, like the manifestation quartz. I hope that helps. Oh, Still Not Still, you're so welcome. I'm so glad this was helpful. Thank you for letting me know that it was. Lots of love to you. It's good to see you. And Flower, you're so welcome. Yeah, and trying to think of anything else. And this is another example of a crystal that can, like this was cut at the bottom, but these naturally formed as a bunch of different points. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's basically with the point, the energy will go with the point is the intention of it. So yeah. And also, I mean, a lot of people get them because they look nice and they stand up like this one. So, yeah, and there's lots of different opinions on like round stones versus like pyramidal stones, and a lot of that has to do with the intention with which you use them. I feel like there's less of an energy change with a raw stone versus a tumbled stone, more in like if you're using them with the intent of a raw stone being different than a smooth stone. You're welcome, Sam. You're welcome, and it's good to see you. I hope you and your dog are doing well. Nature is quite amazing, Shalbell. I've got to start putting some more links in the community feature. There are so many great YouTubes on like geology and ancient history that are so related to things that we do. Definitely. But geology is absolutely fascinating. I'm on that side of TikTok and YouTube where I get lots of geology info sent my way, and it's pretty amazing. Nature is really amazing and super beautiful. Super beautiful. Yeah. And at some point, I'm looking to try to have my friend Janie on. Maybe we'll do like an interview with her. She's been a jeweler for a long time, and she can tell you a lot about not only stones, but how they're used, older meanings, different cultures' meanings, and like how they actually work in jewelry, how they're treated. You know, all of the stones that are dyed and treated with chemicals and things before they even leave the mine. So, oh, thank you, Shellbell. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I can't wait to pack it up for you. My next run to the post office is Monday, so perfect timing. It will get to you super lightning quick. And Janie is helping me set up international shipping for those of you who are international. Yeah, Janie is amazing. So, yeah, us women business owners, we might not have the same business, but we really back each other up and celebrate each other and pick each other up when we're having a tumble. And me and Janie have been really close for a long time. Oh, I'll give them extra Reiki. I always Reiki them up before I send. Oh, you're not that far. Yeah, I'm in, well, you can see, I'm in Philadelphia. Oh, thank you, Flower. I'm so glad you love them. I'm so glad you love the crystals you got from me. I'm still working on expanding what we have, and thank you so much, Joanna, for the suggestions. I'm all about the suggestions. That's a great suggestion. And I'm so excited about my weekend ahead, and I really hope all of you are too. I'm also really excited that the alarm going off next door was timed for right when we were turning off my microphone, because that alarm went off for another 20 minutes and then was followed up with loud sirens of fire trucks and everything. And it all was fine just 2 or 3 minutes before I came to call y'all back. So it was, everybody's fine. Apparently it was a false alarm, and we're grateful for that, but we're also grateful for not so loud. Oh, you have a sister in Erie. I've always wanted to be out to like Erie and Western PA. I totally want to see like the Great Lakes and stuff right there. I've never been to the Great Lakes. They're like, I have to see them at some point. It really looks cool. The whole western part of the state is so different than here. Like here, things are so flat, and out west, they're so mountainy and uneven. Oh, you're so welcome, Joanna. Love to you too. And thank you for the suggestion. That's super helpful. Oh, it's okay, Cassandra. I know sometimes it's really hard to just like relax and give into a session. It's totally okay. I get a Reiki session sent to me every Monday. Monday is like my day that I don't do a lot of businessy stuff. If anything, I'll just take things to the post office while I do something else. But when I'm getting that Reiki, sometimes I'm like super in that blissful place. And other times it's like my brain is just not shutting off. It's definitely helpful either way. And I definitely know that, and I see it and I feel it. But yeah, sometimes it's like the brain is doing what the brain does. Yes, thank you, universe, for not loud. I used to live on South Street in Philadelphia. I lived there for like 7 years. And for part of that time, my bedroom window was right down. I was right above South Street and right in the heart of it. South Street in Philadelphia is sort of like Philadelphia's answer to the French Quarter in New Orleans. It's loud. It's full of bars. There's multiple concert venues. One has a few hundred seats. The others are smaller. But it's a place for people to see and be seen and rev their engines and show off their cars and their motorcycles, and it is not quiet. And I can deal with it pretty okay, but it's like when I'm on microphone with other people, it's a lot harder. Yeah. And I do have like a sound software that can like filter background noise, but it's not quite fine enough for streaming. It actually kind of sounds like I'm in a tin can when I stream. It works beautifully when I'm on Zoom and teaching classes, but not so much for streaming. So we're grateful there is another one I could use if I like lived somewhere that was seriously loud. But those of you that remember that were here when I still lived just a couple blocks away, how many times during a stream I would have to mute because someone was at the stoplight with copyrighted music blaring. And YouTube will just yank a live stream because their bots basically pick up copyrighted music, which could get them sued. So they just cut the stream. So it was like constantly just running for that mute button. And I haven't had to do it once here. So I'm super lucky. Yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. And y'all are still hanging out. That's so beautiful. And I'm sure a few of you are asleep. That's even more beautiful. Oh, I'll definitely let y'all know. And I'm talking to a few people. I'm thinking of doing almost like a live podcast kind of series where people can ask questions. And I've just got some really great friends in the healing arts world. Back in the day, back in like 12 years ago, I used to host a live online, like an internet radio show called the Healing Arts Radio. And I loved doing it. I only stopped it when I started having some health issues that prevented me from doing it, but I might do it again. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to like make some room. Like I'm revamping a lot of things in my business and in my life to make time for different priorities. And that's one of them that I'm trying to make space for. Because I think all of you would love to be able to ask questions from and hear from astrologers, jewelers. I have a friend who's a geologist, all kinds of cool things. And then we could also find some new friends along the way. That could be so much fun, especially if you guys could like ask questions live. That would be great. But for now, I'm gonna, oh, there's another one. Yeah, I could take the sound and make them a podcast too. That would be awesome. How did that not distract me? I used it as like a spiritual practice to like not get distracted. It was like when I lived on South Street, when I'd hear different cars revving and things like that, I would just sort of like take a deep breath and let it go, and just sort of made it a mindfulness practice. And then over time, I just got desensitized to it. Yeah. But yeah, it's especially when you're like having to run a live stream, you're like, oh, I have to hit that mute. It was more like funny. Yeah, you do get kind of in the zone. And it's when I lived in my old space, I had to be more aware. Like it was definitely more street level, high visibility to like a big gas station and lots of people coming and going. It's a big intersection, lots of sirens and things. So I had to be very aware of what was going on around me. And here it's a little less so. It's a little bit more of a fortress than I'm in. So I don't hear very much in here, thankfully. I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, this is by far the safest place I've ever lived, the quietest place I've ever lived, and the nicest place I've ever lived. And I moved here under duress because my rent at my last place got jacked way up. So, universe tipped the hand in my favor. Yeah, I have a hard time with my brain not stopping, too. I struggle with that, too. I hate it, too. I've even found myself thinking while I'm sleeping. It's ridiculous. My inner monologue is 5 people chatting about all the things they want to do. It's like, oh, that's great, but if you could all shut up so I could finish one thing. Cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead, and I love that y'all are here too. Yes, good night, friends. Good night, friends, plant and animal friends. And I'm also going to call it an evening too because I'm teaching Reiki 1 this weekend. And so I need to be up and ready in less than 12 hours, which is not that far away. And it's not that close either, but I'm going to go ahead, have a nice meal, have a nice bath, go to bed, and get ready to teach this weekend. And I cannot wait to see those of you that feel like coming out on Sunday. Thank you so much, all of you, for hanging out today, hanging out for both streams, so many of you, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend ahead. Definitely do take care. Thank you for all the love and blessings. Thank you for the super sticker and all the suggestions, too. Have a beautiful rest of your evening and weekend. Hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.